Just makes us sound like we're being a little bit of apologetic or defensive. So I'm just following up with you versus saying I'm following up with you. You want to avoid that because maybe you're not being defensive and maybe you're not apologetic for the fact that you're following up. Actually, by using that word, it can actually sound rude. You are saying, well, actually, I didn't, write that in that piece, so-and-so did. Or actually, I'm not gonna take this feedback super well versus taking critical feedback well. The best solutions for replacing just and actually are literally just taking them out of your sentence. Not difficult, like I said, the example of I'm just following up with you versus I'm following up with you. So just remove them completely. Adding a qualifier is really undermining your message before you've even delivered it. An example of this might be if you say, well, I'm not an expert on this topic, but what about XYZ? So before you've even mentioned your point, you've already told them, I'm not an expert, you don't need to listen to what I'm about to say. A solution for someone who uses a lot of qualifiers is to stop using qualifiers. Instead, at the end, say, I want to give you feedback on XYZ project and I'd love for you to give me your 2 cents at the end of it. So instead of pre-qualifying that you're not an expert, maybe you end by asking for their feedback since you feel like, hey, I'm still open to that feedback. I'm super guilty of ending a lot of my emails with, does this make sense? And a lot of us have very good intentions when we write that. But guess what? It sounds really condescending and it sounds like you think they're not smart enough to understand your email, or it sounds like maybe you know that your email was confusing to follow. You, again, are undermining everything that you're saying and you are kind of sending the message to them that they're not smart enough to understand it. A great way to fix this is stop ending your emails with, does this make sense? And maybe start ending them with, I'd love for your feedback or I look forward to hearing from you. For many of us, sorry is a very comfortable way to preface a request. This is one of those unconscious habits that many of us formed over our lives where we say sorry instead of excuse me. We say sorry before we're gonna ask for something that we want. And really, we're not sorry and there is nothing to be sorry about. The best solution is stop saying sorry when you're not sorry. Tone can be really hard to judge in an email, and so many of us will use extra exclamation points to show how nice we are. So when you add too many exclamation points, it takes away your business acumen and starts throwing in things around that make the other person feel like, wow, they're like not taking this very seriously, and you probably really are. I think when you write your email, put as many exclamation points as you want in, and then before you hit send, go back and delete at least half of them. If you have more than like 4 or 5 exclamation points in an email, which should already probably be brief, that's too many. Good writing isn't complex, and the best writers are able to deliver their message in a clear and concise way. Write your email exactly how you want, then go back through and delete anything that's not completely necessary. You can utilize tools like bullet points or numbers or sub-bullet points to make sure that all this information is put into a way that's really easy to understand. Your job is to make sure that they, 1, answer your email, and 2, get all the way to the bottom. And a really long, lengthy email isn't gonna do that. These mistakes can not only make you look less confident and unsure of what you're saying, kind of wishy-washy, but all of that behavior isn't necessarily gonna be the thing that helps you grow and advance in your career. When men do this behavior, they're not seen as less authoritative, but women are. So we actually have to be really mindful of this behavior.